Welcome everyone. You are at Take Your App to Market with Esri. Just to set an early expectation, there won't be any demos today in this demo theater.
You're not going to do any demos?
Francis.
I'm out of here.
But there'll be lots of powerful, useful information for you of how you can take your app to market with Esri. I'm Thomas Fair.
Hey guys, I'm Francis Kelly.
And welcome. I'm the CTO for the Esri Partner Network.
And I oversee the partner network that represents our alliances, our over 2,000 partners and 400 or so startups and emerging business partners.
Great. I think format for the session today, just stop us if you have any questions, raise your hand, and let's ask questions throughout.
This should be, how do I make money with Esri Tech, right? Because when you take your app to market with Esri, you're out there making money, right?
That's exactly right.
So everybody's here wanting to do that. We're all capitalists. All right, good job. Get on with it, Thomas.
All right, agenda today is we're just going to talk about, hey, what are the ways you can go to market with Esri? What is an Esri partnership? Talk about the RHS Marketplace and also some licensing options available to you. So going to market with Esri. Let's work together. We want to work with you. We want to help solve customers' problems, provide them solutions, and that solution is going to be a combination of what you're developing and an Esri product.
And really, if you look at our website today, there's been a major shift in the way we're working with our partners. It used to be that you had to ask like 5 or 6 people to figure out how to go to market with Esri. And what we've done is we're now providing a publicly facing website for you to learn about how to go to market with Esri, learn the patterns that we're going to talk about today. So any of the content that we talk about today is living and breathing on the publicly facing website today. So we're not talking about stuff that you can do in 2 months or 4 months. We're talking about things you can do as a partner of Esri right now.
Perfect. The first way to go to market with Esri is to market and sell with Esri teams. You know, we have many industry teams and we have our distributors globally. And in this path to go to market with us, you're going to be co-selling with our teams. So you'll sell your app or solution or content or service, and then we'll be selling a product. And the two of us will collaborate together on that.
And a really good example of that is our relationship with both Schneider Electric and CityWorks. Both of those partners co-sell with Esri. They provide a commercial off-the-shelf product, both that provides value, and they co-sell with Esri. Esri goes in and presents, CityWorks goes in and presents, and then you have a deal with that customer. Largely, Esri salespeople love to have direct contacts with our customers. They love what we call customer privity. So the co-sell model is what this really looks like, is what internal code name, co-selling, is you sell your stuff, Esri sells their stuff, and everybody's happy. But that's not the only model, right?
That's right. The next is solution delivery licensing. So how many of you are building a SaaS solution today or hosted solution? Okay. So in a SaaS solution that you're building, you're probably wondering, hey, I'm building with some Esri components, with my components, and I'm hosting that on Azure, AWS. How's the licensing going to work for that? Well, solution delivery licensing is focused on those scenarios exactly. We'll talk about this more in depth later in the presentation, but in this scenario, we want you to achieve a faster go-to-market with your SaaS offering. The licensing is owned by you as a partner with Esri.
And really what we talk about here is, if you think about an analogy of a car manufacturer, when they go out and they're going to build a new car, they OEM certain things to put in that car. So that's what we're going to talk about here, is when you look at your SaaS offering, kind of don't distract yourself with a commercial off-the-shelf price list for these products, because you're not going to pay a tax and then get a benefit, meaning you're not going to have to pay for a 4-core server, because that wouldn't be a good model, right? Paying for all that stuff up front and then hoping you're going to get some revenue behind isn't really a model that a lot of folks want to work with. So that's why we really have this solution delivery licensing.
Yep. The third path is the partner bundle. How many of you are building an add-in or a widget or an app that just extends that core Esri product? Okay.
And of those people, who wants to be face first to their customer for that sale? I better see the same hands, guys, right? You want to know, you want to be in front of that customer, right? You want to be able to say, hey, I'm the guy you're talking to, right? So
yeah, absolutely. And under the partner bundle, you bundle your app, solution, content with the Esri products, and you sell that as a solution to the customer. And this customer accepts they take ownership of the Esri license as part of that sale. So, and we'll talk more about that in depth later in the presentation. And finally, the fourth path is the RCS Marketplace. It's a huge opportunity for app providers, widgets, add-ins, content, solutions, or even consulting services. You can list in the marketplace. It's we just did a refresh of that and relaunch, and our digital team's going to be also promoting those listings to customers to help solve their problems.
And you mentioned some at the end there, and I want to make sure you underscore solutions partners, right?
Yep,
so
solutions.
Services partners?
Yep.
So that's a net new item for us on the marketplace. Esri has developed new leadership for the marketplace. We're working on bringing more content, more solutions, and having our release-ready services partners be able to get leads on the marketplace.
Yep, absolutely. So there's 4 ways to go to market with Esri. Now Francis is going to talk to you more about our Partner Network program.
Is anyone here a partner today? A couple folks? Okay, cool. Did anybody attend the partner conference earlier this weekend? A couple folks? Okay, so I'm not going to do the same deck, so you'll be fine. So again, really wanting to showcase what we can get to today, right now, when you go to Esri.com and look for partnerships. We want you to join our partner network because it's not only good for your business, but there's also many connections you can make with other partners. We see content providers getting connected with solutions providers and providing kind of a more robust ecosystem. So really, although we have over 2,000 partners, we want more quality partners in our ecosystem. Our organization, we want to get out there to the white spaces that maybe we're not hitting, and partners really share a heartbeat with a lot of our customers where Esri just simply can't get to. So out of our direct selling model, that's really difficult for us. Next slide. So we see partners unlocking potential in every industry, everywhere. Just recently, I worked with a partner who is providing a HIPAA-compliant geocoder for their customers. Totally new space that Esri wouldn't really get into. And they're providing that value to a new customer set and on a net new journey. Next slide. So when we talk about how customers can help, right? What are our expectations of our partners as we go to market with them? We want them to build custom apps and maps. We want them to implement enterprise GIS, right? Our services organization is great and it's large. We can't get to everyone, right? So we want to make sure that we have partners to do that work. Analyzing data, so really acting as a service bureau to our customers to provide good information and good insights into their data. Automating field work, and of course supplying content. Last summer, right at the UC, we announced our relationship with Waze, and we really felt that that was a powerful relationship with Esri that's going to help our customers, because now a Connected Citizens program member can get the Waze data, and as a services provider, you can go to that customer and say, hey, let me help you find useful information, maybe put together a common operating picture for your traffic situation, and kind of land and expand. As you guys know, or maybe you don't know, Esri wants to sell more enterprise agreements, enterprise licensing. That allows our customers to have access to all of our tools and all of our functionality for a term of 3 years. So we need our partners, and we desire for our partners to help land and expand those footprints within that enterprise, because then we'll have great renewals and great expansion of those opportunities.
Absolutely, and all of our industry teams are looking, in their space and for these types of offerings and solutions, and it does vary by industry. So one of the things as being a partner is you get that closer relationship with our different industry teams, so you can better understand if you want to go into healthcare or local government, the needs might vary, across
the needs might vary, the expectations might vary a little bit, and as we look at our business, Esri has always had these vertical teams like national government, utilities, commercial, water, And now we've actually put horizontal teams like our digital sales, transportation, health and human services, and those teams also need some help and support from the partnership. So if you want to dig into a specific, say utilities, we can get you there, or go across or even into these new cross-sector teams.
And that's something that's going to really help accelerate your go-to-market and getting connected with those customers that you're targeting as a partner, because then you get to closely align with those industries or sectors that you are targeting as part of that.
As part of that, definitely. So I got up really early this morning and wanted to provide kind of an insight into our thinking when it comes to our partnerships. And really, at the end of the day, we want to support, enable, and grow our partners, because that in turn enables our customers to be successful. Jack and the team want to have customers value deeply their geospatial assets and their system of record, and also what they do in the field. And we base our relationships on trust, responsibility, integrity, and commitment, right? You're committed to the platform, you're committed to your partnership with Esri. And as we look left to right, these kind of pillars come from how we engage our partners and work with them on assessing how they're doing with regard to their community involvement engagement. We always want partners to create interest and demand for ArcGIS. That could be through your own development of a community, that could be through your own blogging, your own work out there to create interest and demand. We want you to be engaged with our community. And that's not only with our customers, but also with our partners. We find, as I mentioned earlier, great connectivity between our partners, and we actually award some of those behaviors. This year we had an award for Utilisync and CityWorks for really creating great outcomes for our customers through their connectivity. The year before, SSP had got an award for partnering with another partner as well. So really deep community engagement. We want you guys to be in with us, but also in with our customers. We also want to ensure that you have product knowledge, training, and certification. So with our new CTO, Thomas, on the team, we just released a podcast, our first podcast last month, and we'll be having monthly podcasts on what did we build, why did we build it, and how does that affect your business? For years, we've been kind of missing that type of communication to our partners, so we're going to proactively come out to you with that product knowledge. But then, of course, we have training and certification for our products. Those of you who are leaders in the crowd, remember, career development includes training and certification of your people. And as you work with Esri, it is a highlight of ours to not only train your folks, but also certify those folks.
Yeah, and one of the things that we do with product knowledge especially, it's not just the use of the product or what the product actually does, but also what's the opportunity for you as a developer, for you as a partner. What is the opportunity to extend that product? What are technically things that we're making available? What are we looking for partners to do? Could be implementation, but it could also just be your app development or extending the core product for customers. So we try to really be transparent and proactively share those opportunities with you as a partner. And we're doing that through the podcast and a variety of other different ways.
And this is a two-way street, right? If you're a partner of Esri, you actually need to go tfair@esri.com. Dude, I need more stuff. I need to know more about where we're going with Experience Builder, or I need to know what you guys are doing with your runtime licensing, or tell me a bit more about 10.7 and user types. I got the high level story, but I need you guys to double click on a few things and give me some more information. So we really can't do this alone. We need feedback from our partners and our partner community. So make sure anybody with a red lanyard, you could stop and say, hey, we need more on this or that. So product knowledge, training, and certification is really important to us.
Absolutely.
And then there's kind of a mystery at working with our sectors, right? I'm a sales guy. When I was a partner of Esri, I thought if I got with other sales guys, I could sell my stuff. That would be easy, right? Because sales guy to sales guy, we're good. You actually need another person in the picture, right? Industry marketing is we have people in industry marketing across all of our sectors. So if you get the sales and industry marketing, then you'll become part of a campaign. So your partner manager acts as the doorway. Esri is a big network, right? Partner managers are the first node to that network that opens up the rest of the doors for your relationship. But really, we need to really appreciate and understand what your business plans are for now, next, and after next. And if that after next gets a little fuzzy, we'll work with you as we go through that process. But strategic positioning within or across sectors is something your partner manager is responsible for, and really there's responsibility and balanced energy with our partners, because you're providing to us what are your business plans, where do you want to go, and your partner manager might be like, yeah, you're good there, but maybe you're not tall enough to ride the ride in another place, and let's close that gap for you and with you. So that partner manager is key in the pillar of strategic positioning with or across sectors.
Totally, absolutely.
And finally, you got to deliver value and drive customer growth, right? We want partners who are going to be active in our community, work with our customers, share that heartbeat, and create value. At the end of the day, we want to light up every office, and gosh, what we did with 10.7 and ArcGIS Online and Enterprise, just with user types, we always want to remind our partners that while we have partner user types, remember these new user types that we've announced with 10.7 really help light up the office. And a lot of you guys as partners share that heartbeat and can say, hey, who's that other person in the organization that maybe doesn't just need to view but needs to edit just a little bit? Who's that kind of high-powered executive that wants more than just seeing just view only? Hey, I want to edit a couple things. And how do we light up those field workers? How do we get more analysts into the picture and start looking at GIS as a core capability within the IT infrastructure?
Yeah, and I think that's one of the main things is once you're able to deliver your app or offering to a customer is you'll see new areas of opportunity to drive further value and add in additional capabilities and functionality, and that will help you grow with your growth of your sales, but also to meeting more customer needs. So.
And something I forgot to say, Thomas, is in those first two pillars, we want to help you with these efforts, right? If you have great case studies and success stories about your customers that involve Esri, yourself, and this customer, let's create a story on that or repurpose one of your great stories. I talked to a partner last night and they said, we already did one case study. Gosh, we already got approved from the customer between Zebra and customer. Let's get Esri in that, and then we can go ahead and amplify that message out with our communications channel, maybe get you into Arc News, because that's going to build your brand and really close that circle of trust, right? Because that circle of trust looks like, hey, you may not trust Esri yet, but you trust this partner and this capability, so now we close that circle. That's really important to us to have that kind of dynamic.
Absolutely.
Doing okay? Are we doing okay so far? Or are you guys going to kick us out?
Okay.
No one fell asleep.
Yeah.
We're talking too loud.
All right, so we wanted to touch on the ArcGIS Marketplace. One thing that just we wanted to start out with is actually how do you buy with Esri? We just launched this new website. If you go to esri.com and on one of the drop downs you can click on how to buy. And we want to make this really easy and clear for our customers and to help drive growth for you, our developers and our partners. There's actually 3 ways to buy with us. There's the Esri Store. Now the Esri Store is really just focused on Esri products. And that's where we'll be able to buy like our user types and credits and home use. All of our Esri products will live in the Esri Store. Yeah,
to accessorize your core capability in ArcGIS. That's why we have the Esri Store.
Yeah, and that's our e-commerce. So you can go in there and buy a product and check out, through the cart. The ArcGIS Marketplace, it's all about partners. Right now we do have some Esri products in there today. Those will be moving over to the store here in the coming months. But really the ArcGIS Marketplace is your huge opportunity to bring your app to market.
Absolutely, and those of you who have been with us for a number of years, we had kind of the ArcGIS garage sale and then flea market. Now we're really formalizing this under a marketplace, right? We want to ensure that the things that are being provided to our customers are provided through a very exciting experience that is click through and be able to go ahead and search, buy, and use that product or that content, or even look into that service. So with our new leadership coming in June of last year, we have really tripled down on our emphasis on the marketplace, and we're going to see really great things in the next 2 weeks, and then almost every sprint iteration coming into the UC. So expect more news around this.
Absolutely. And I want to take a moment now to just show you this new landing page and show you how we actually showcase different apps or solutions or content that goes on the marketplace. The final way to buy, and I'll just touch on this, buy with Esri is actually Arches for Developers. So you can actually go to that site, and that's where you could license your application to be released into the market.
And we did a bunch of work understanding what the developer community wanted, and that certainly wasn't looking at like a Excel spreadsheet for 3 hours, calling 5 people and maybe getting an answer. We really wanted to provide a clear path for developers to search, discover, identify, buy, and move forward. We have a freely available package, and then as soon as you're going commercial, you can start paying for that, what you need and when you need that. So the developer part of our site has undergone huge changes and huge pricing changes along the way to embrace our developer community.
So if you go to Esri.com,
it's funny they call them cookies because I'm always so hungry. I'm like, yeah, I'll accept anything that has a cookie attached. Are you kidding me?
If you can click on how to buy, you can actually see here this live page. And as part of this, we actually have a trending area. So this trending area is actually something that we're updating regularly. And what we want to do here is if a partner's released a new app or offering on the marketplace, we would like to showcase it there. If a partner's trying to do a campaign around some kind of event or something like that, sometimes we'll coordinate that and we'll showcase them here. So this will be kind of live and be updating somewhat regularly. But it's a great opportunity for customers to discover your offering.
Absolutely. I mean, this new facelift, if you will, since we're almost in the LA area, really pronounces and brings forward those tools that are going to be trending and most popular.
Yep.
And then as we go forward with this, we'll actually be pushing some products in front of our customers that, based on what they're doing, based on their search criteria and how they're working on the website.
Yeah, you'll see here at the end, you have the Field Worker, which is an ArcGIS, which is an Esri product. What we'll be doing actually is being able to, as Francis said, if someone's looking at our Field Worker user type, we might suggest an partner offering that's field focused, right? Mm-hmm. So because your offering might work really well with our field user type. And so we'll be really throughout all of our pages, starting in the future, positioning your app or solution or offering. If we scroll down here, we have a category called what our customers love, right? What is it that is highly rated, is top downloaded or purchased, and we're going to showcase it here. This is our initial effort around this, and we're going to be adding more as we move forward. So this is our kind of key how to buy page. If we go into developers, because we did touch on that. Now, many of you may just be developing a simple app, and you need to utilize our base maps and content and services, and you want to generate revenue for that app. So one way that you can do that is to just get a commercial deployment plan called Builder with Esri, and you can easily just go check out, purchase that. It's $125 a month plus a pay-as-you-go model. So
but before that time, we actually give you guys a sandbox to start playing in, right? Absolutely. So what can I do for free? You can use all of our APIs and SDKs absolutely free of charge. You can use our base maps and geocoding. You can style them, host and query. So we're actually giving you that sandbox so you guys can start to really play and build and say, when do I want to go commercial? And at that point, you can move over to that commercial model. So really embracing those developers, trying to make it as easy as possible. And I mean, gosh, 10,000 root transactions per month, 40 gigabytes of tile and data storage, a decent sized sandbox. If this isn't the size sandbox you need, or you think we're missing something, please let us know.
Yep, absolutely. So this is one way that you can bring your app to market, and if you're making revenue off of it, you can get that builder plan. Next, I just wanted to show that ArcGIS Marketplace. This will be the home for all those partner solutions that you're offering. And this is where, after that buying page, customers will be directed to. And let's go in and take a look at the marketplace. So on this home here, we'll have kind of featured apps and solutions again. But you'll see here on the left-hand side, we have these different types. So you can list your apps, list your data, and for some of them, we have the subcategories, right? So if you're offering image data or feature data, it'll be easily discoverable for customers. Additionally, you can list the ArcGIS Pro add-ins, web app builder widgets, and Esri products will be moving off. Later this month, we'll add support for solutions and consulting services, professional services.
And we're really excited about partners building out ArcGIS Pro add-ins. As you guys know, in the developer community, desktop will still have efforts put forward in terms of critical bug fixes and really trying to get those things taken care of. The efforts are going toward Pro. So the more we can do to inspire the move to Pro, the better. My first meeting of the day was working with a LiDAR company who's building out a Pro add-in just for their product. And they're going to do that for free because they know, hey, now I have this Pro add-in to ingest my LiDAR in ArcGIS format, release-ready format, and start working. And they're looking at that as a real good business opportunity to say, hey, there is something here for this specific data set, and it's in ArcGIS Pro and can be used right away. So we're really excited about more ArcGIS Pro add-ins and, of course, widgets.
Absolutely. Next, we wanted to just talk about some licensing options. We talked about the solution delivery licensing, and the solution delivery licensing is really focused on, again, if you're providing a SaaS or hosted offering, you will become a partner, and then you will go down the route with solution delivery licensing.
Absolutely.
And what this enables for you is to offer subscription-based pricing for your customers. You can also explore different pricing models, because I know some of my partners that I've been working with are building these IoT solutions, and they're offering like a price per sensor or meter. So we can support different pricing models, and of course selling to new customers, right, that aren't those existing GIS customers.
Totally. We have an application for that product called Fishity, which is social fishing, a total space Esri was not interested in or wanting to be involved in, but they want to use geospatial tech for their offering. So they're working with us on a revenue share where they can have their iOS and Android app for social fishing, literally telling you how great the hotspots they're in, and using that. So, and the other thing is about this slide is really ASP. ASP has been a legacy product for Esri, and we really wanted to work with our partners and our customers on really a migration away from ASP and seeing what we can do for you. In fact, ASP represented a tax up front and value later. So really in these models, we're looking to say, let's work together, understand the solutions we want to bring to market, understand a revenue model that would work best for you, so you're not paying this heavy tax up front and then giving value. So this is going to be a really key cornerstone for us moving and migrating folks away from ASP into really what they wanted in the first place, which was a SaaS hosted environment to provide value to their customers.
Perfect. Talking about how the actual licensing works. So the solution delivery licensing would be owned by you, the partner. So what that means is that you would have an agreement with Esri for any capabilities that you use of ArcGIS. You would license that direct from Esri, and then you would sell your solution direct into the marketplace to your customers.
Yeah, and you become the seller of record. You become the person who, or the company who's going to provide the end user license agreement, the support, the maintenance. You are the face first to your customer when we talk about this model.
Yeah, and when I mean marketplace, it's into the market.
Into the market.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's not mince words. It's not just a marketplace offering. It can be offered to anyone, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And
we've got
tons of partners working in these models today, and we can give examples of all those things, of course.
Yep, and for your front-end application, that you can license that application by user types. And we have some user types that are focused on partners. And really what user types enable you to do is just license the capabilities and apps that you need for your solution.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really great way to create value for your customer and then increase that value over time, right? As needs increase or as you go on that journey of being a software developer.
Yep, and what's really exciting about the partner user types is you get the opportunity to brand them to match the way your solution works. So you have a brand identity for your app or offering, and then you get to have your user types that go along with it. They're going to be familiar to your customers.
And just that reminder that this doesn't come off a commercial off-the-shelf price list, because some of the folks here probably had been customers and they're thinking, wow, Thomas, am I going to have to buy an entire enterprise server for X amount of dollars? We want to engage you and understand the capabilities that you'll be OEMing, and this follows a totally different model and a totally different deployment and really works with you to understand the capabilities you're going to leverage. It always starts out with the business problem. What are the business problems you're trying to solve? What are the capabilities of ArcGIS needed to solve those problems? What is a likely solution architecture that's needed to solve that? What are the business models? What kind of revenue model do you have when you go to market? And then you work with Esri to really get that contracted and operational for you. But again, you become face first to your customers. You're out there selling just like the folks out in the exhibition hall last night. They're selling their product that's a hosted solution.
Absolutely, totally. Yeah. And sometimes as part of these hosted solutions or SaaS offerings, you want to use some of our advanced server roles as part of your offering. An example would be GeoEvent Server, right? I've been working with some partners who want to use GeoEvent Server to stream data in from some sensors to be able to visualize that on their front-end application. So in order to license that GeoEvent Server for your offering on the back end, we like to model around a revenue share agreement as opposed to core-based licensing. Why do we do that? We want you to be able to scale up and down as needed to support your hosted and SaaS offerings.
In fact, I was working with a data provider last year, and they said, well, wait a minute, we have these occurrences where somebody might want to task a satellite for a number of hours or days, and we charge them a premium for that. And they said, so Francis, what's your elastic pricing? And I said, we don't have one, but if you guys have one, let's look at the capabilities you're going to be leveraging, and we'll have a revenue share. So if you have a spike, and you need to scale up and say there's a price for that, then there's going to be a revenue share royalty back to Esri that's going to match that type of scalability. Our goal is not to make this painful that a CFO says, what could we be doing differently? At Esri, we enjoy and have robust relationships that have stood the test of time. Esri this year is 50 years old. We didn't get there by shorting our customers or our partners, so we like to have long tails with our partners that'll be meaningful over the test of time.
All right. So that's solution delivery licensing. It enables you to provide SaaS and hosted offerings. Next, what we want to do is talk about partner bundles. So partner bundles is a little bit different. Partner bundles is the scenario where you have an app or solution that you have developed, and you want to bundle that with an Esri product. And then you sell this bundle as a solution to the customer. And as part of that sale to the customer actually takes ownership of the Esri product.
Yep. And in that model, as you can see here, year 2 incentive on most Esri products. So for you, the partner, you're going to get some level of discounting for selling that full use license to that customer. And then the second year, Esri is going to follow up on that renewal. So that's, again, we're trying to give you guys enough kind of to be dangerous and inspire some thinking and some questions for us. So year 1 incentive on most Esri products to the seller, and then year 2 renewal supported by Esri, right? So we would chase after that, our portion of that renewal. And for some partners, I was working with one a couple weeks ago, they're like, totally fine, we want to go out and get the first sale, and then you guys can grab that. It was not but again, think about these different models, contemplate the type of face you want to your customer, and also those type of burdens you might want to take on or not take on for your selling activities.
Yeah, and I'll give you a good example of where this makes sense. There's sometimes scenarios where a partner, it isn't what they've built is not a SaaS offering or hosted offering. It's maybe something like for doctors, they created an ArcGIS Pro add-in, and it's really useful for doctors. Well, doctors aren't GIS professionals. They don't know about Esri, but they needed this solution. ArcGIS Pro with this add-in was a solution that they needed. And so what this partner actually did, they took their add-in, they took ArcGIS Pro, bundled it together, and sold that to doctors. And it was a great sales experience, but also powerful solution for doctors.
Yeah, and it opens the door for Esri to actually start looking into that market a little more seriously, or maybe there's an opportunity for growth in that enterprise that maybe that's something that is less interesting for you as partners.
Absolutely. And so this is kind of what that looks like. It becomes a new experience for that customer. Customer needs that solution. The partner is empowered to provide that complete GIS solution with your product and the Esri product. But Esri is always there to provide that partner the support you need.
Absolutely, and that's a great model. As you can see, intentionally we put ourselves kind of in the background there because we're there in support of you guys as the partner.
So this is another powerful way for you to bring your app to market. And with that,
questions, comments, concerns?
Questions.
First, we have a couple of our colleagues in the back. Roxanne, how did we do? Were we on message or were we not on message? Good? We get a thumbs
very
up?
Good.
You have a question?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yep.
Only commercial products that are capable
Tavon,
yes.
Go ahead, give us it one more time.
For the partner bundle, is that only applicable to the commercial products of Esri, or can you bundle, say, collector or workforce with your applications and your data to sell to clients?
Okay, great. Yeah, so is it only applicable to commercial products, or can you also bundle apps and other products? So, yeah, you absolutely can bundle applications as part of your offering as well. So, up to, I think, around, what is it, Roxanne, 90% of our products can be bundled, or is that accurate? Yeah, okay, about 90% of our products can be bundled as part of your offerings. And, oh, there we go.
If that thing didn't work, I got this little guy.
Depending upon what the customer already has, you would be reselling an ArcGIS online subscription with the apps.
Perfect. Question right up here, Nicholas.
I'm going to try to run around like Phil Donahue today.
That's perfect.
What are the minimum requirements for something to be included in the marketplace? Like, I don't know, if you just build some web app and it uses the free ArcGIS API, is that marketplace worthy, or do you need more?
No, that's perfect actually in a way. The only real requirements that we're looking for is you need to be a partner. You need to make sure what we call your release ready, so you're compatible with ArcGIS Online or ArcGIS Enterprise, right? So your application actually functionally works as expected for customers. We have a review process for that. And beyond that, you just really decide how you want to do a free listing. Is it a paid listing? Do you want to use our e-commerce or not? Beyond that, it's pretty straightforward.
I mean, yes.
Are these only for products, or is services? Can they be bundled, or is that something?
Yeah, so, great question. So right now it's just products that can be bundled with Esri products.
Hi. What is the first step? Like if we wanted to get started, you go to the website and fill out a form, or you set up a meeting. How do we talk? How do we figure things out?
The good news is it's all on the website today, right? If we go to the website, you can get some more education done and see just, is this thing really work? Yes, it is. So number one, you can sign up and apply to be a partner on the website today, right? Has always been the case. Number two, to learn more about the go-to-market activities, So you can join, scroll up a little bit. You passed it. There you go. You can apply now, and we'll capture all your information and then work with you on your partnership. But then even before that, right, you're probably going to want to go over to, let's go to the partnering with Esri and then drop that guy down for us. Business opportunities, develop solutions, and go to market would be a good place to continue your journey before you want to apply to be a partner, because there's probably some discovery you want to do about what can be possible, what is possible, and you can always engage with us as well. My email is fkelly@esri.com, and I'm always happy to answer any questions on the program.
Yeah, and once you become a partner, you'll be assigned a partner manager, and that person will help guide you down the process to create a bundle, do solution delivery licensing, get on the marketplace. They're there to support you throughout that process.
So we currently have an ASP license for ArcGIS Server. Are you going to be kicking us off of that, or like what's the migration going to look like?
Nicholas, come up here after this meeting and I want to talk. No. Esri is committed and realistic to those customers and partners who have existing ASPs. We want to engage with you. I will commit, and Jack will also commit. We are not pulling the plug or pulling the rug out from under our partners who have this type of licensing. We want to work with you. We'll extend ASPs for a year term. We won't do them for 3 because we want to get you involved and engage with Thomas's team, start learning about solution delivery licensing, start learning about what you plan to do. What are you doing today, and where do you plan to go with that model?
Yeah.
Because some of the new capabilities and features might be something you're like, hey, there's new stuff, I want to take advantage of that. And then as an ASP license holder now, you've been paying a tax for that and kind of getting a benefit. So let's engage and help you with that. But please know, no stopping and cutting off. We're just not that. We're not those kind of people. I wouldn't want to be part of a company that would do that. Yeah, let's just unplug you guys. So we'll work with you on that front. Cool?
Yeah, absolutely. And as part of that consultative approach, what we'll do is we'll work with you so that you can, what's the future technical architecture state, but also business model that goes along with that new solution. So we're going to look forward to working with you, Nicholas.
So for the commercial deployment option, which was I think $125 a month.
Yep.
It's $125 a month. Does that, if I have my own internal identity store that clients use, like Auth0 or something like that, that $125 takes care of everything. It's not $125 and then every single user has to be a named Esri user, and that price is multiplied on top of the $125?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the $125 a month is really to enable you to provide revenue-generating apps that use our base maps, our ArcGIS Online services, so that could be geocoding, routing, geo-enrichment. That does not include the named user or ArcGIS user types. That would be either purchased separately by your customers, or they could just bring their existing licenses to your app or offering. So the $125 a month is really kind of focused on you being able to use base maps, use that online services and content, and utilize our APIs. So
ArcGIS server that don't need the name user workflow through ArcGIS Online.
Yep.
It sounds like this is a good deal because you just use your services.
Absolutely. If you can just kind of consume those services from ArcGIS server, then if that works for your offering, then that's great. Yep.
Hey, so a question about the new partner user types. When I heard you talk about yesterday, I was thinking somehow that was on like the end users in their organization, they'd serve this up. But now what I understand is like for Utilisync will have their own ArcGIS Online account with 200 partner custom user types. And then I can go out to this new field and sell those to the so it's on my account, and I would just create groups to separate out each organization. Is that right?
Yeah, so if you are owning the organization, that would be under solution delivery licensing, because the partner owns all the licensing under that model. What you're describing by having an environment where you're separating your customers by groups, that would be a hosted offering that you're providing under solution delivery licensing. If you chose to do a partner bundle, You can still use partner user types as part of that bundle, but the customer would own those partner user types as part of that sale.
And so that means on their account, they would have that custom partner type.
You got it.
So there really is, so that's on either side. It can be on my organization or it can be on theirs.
You got it, exactly. Could be on your organization or on their organization.
Yeah, great.
And this guy's award winner this year for EPC with Utilisync, Matt. Oh, sorry. This guy, Matt, is an award winner at the EPC. He won an award with CityWorks for his application Utilisync. So catch up with him. He an awesome partner because he's here to learn and continue learning. So we love that stuff. Thank you, Matt.
Hold the mic closer.
So another question. So for the solution delivery licensing, so if I create an app and it's got your base maps in the background and my app makes billions of dollars, it's still $125 a month? Billions.
Yeah, so if you just are trying to resell your app and you're just accessing our base maps and services, you just need the developer builder subscription for $125 a month. If that's all you're using, that's all you need. Yep.
But if you want to cut us in for the billion, because we were here for the idea, we're totally cool with that. Other questions, folks? Other questions?
Any questions?
It's not a question, but just feedback. I'm really excited. I don't know what changed, but these are fantastic changes that you guys are making and what you're offering here. I think it's going to be a game changer. I think you're going to see more people excited about deploying applications, and maybe some applications they couldn't afford to deploy before with the old ASP model. It's really going to generate some buzz. So moving in the right direction, just pat on the back. Good job.
Hey, appreciate
And he's not
that
wearing
feedback.
an Esri badge. This guy's awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We're stoked as well because as partner managers, as partner leaders, this has been something that has been kind of hidden beyond, and we're really making it public and really wanting to embrace the partners who are doing this great work. Sorry, Monique, I can't stand the sound of my freaking voice at this point.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate the feedback.
So remember, folks, my name is Francis, F-K-E-L-L-Y at Esri.com. Thomas Fair, T-Fair, T-F-A-I-R at Esri.com. Let us know how we can help you guys, either as part of this journey, just being a developer, or part of becoming a partner at Esri. We really look forward to having those kind of conversations and healthy dialogue and debate. And of course, a call to action. If you don't give us feedback, they won't let us come back, right? So you got to give awesome feedback. Say, Thomas kicked ass, get Kelly off the stage, whatever you guys want to say.
Yeah.
But really, this helps us improve, right? Consistent improvement is part of what we do. But thank you so much. We really appreciate your time and your questions and your engagement. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
Have a good, is it Tuesday?
Yeah, and this is also the first time we've done a kind of a business-oriented session like this at Dev Summit.
At Dev Summit.
So share your honest feedback, because we will do it again next year, but if we missed some parts of your expectations, we'll make sure to adjust it for next year.
Yeah, so Jack will sit us down and tell us how the cow ate the cabbage.
That's right.
And we'll redo.
Thank you, everyone, for
Thanks,
attending.
guys. Have a great
day.